Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video I'm really excited about, not only because it is my first Halloween video, but it is also a collaboration with two of my favorite YouTubers here on YouTube. First one is AlliNicoleee, who I've mentioned a bunch of times. I love her to death. She's super talented. And the other one is MakeupWithJah, who is also super talented. So I'm going to be displaying their looks right now. So they're really awesome. This is AlliNicolee's, and as you can see, she's amazing and beautiful. And this is MakeupWithJah's look, and it is also gorgeous, a lot different than both of ours since we did colorful and she didn't. And guys, a collaboration is not a contest, so we really don't need to know which one did the best or worst, so it's not really a comparing thing. I would appreciate it if you guys could appreciate each look for what it is, because we all worked really hard on these sugar skulls, and we really just hope that you enjoy them. So yeah. One more thing before I start, I kind of cringed when I knew that I was going to do a sugar skull look, because I know that a lot of YouTubers have done sugar skulls. I'm not claiming to be original with this idea. Nobody is an original. We all want to do sugar skulls. But the awesome thing about sugar skulls is that they're all different, they're all unique, and they're all personal to whoever is creating it on their face. Another thing is, I'm not being offensive by making a sugar skull. I don't know anything about the Mexican holiday. I respect it for what it is, but this is just my rendition of a sugar skull on my face. So for all the people that are going to start arguments about if this is the right way to do a sugar skull or not, can we please just take a moment of silence to realize that this is a Halloween tutorial and it is not that serious. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the video. Alrighty, so to start off the tutorial, I'm going to be using a white face paint that I got from the Halloween store and just applying this with a foundation brush all over my face. I used a little bit of water to activate it and make it a little bit more creamy since mine was kind of dry. But yeah, so I just put a pretty thick layer of this all over my face, excluding my eye area because I'm going to be drawing circles around those anyways, so there's no point in putting white face paint there. But just put this all over everywhere else and do a couple layers to get it as white as you can. Then with a black eyeliner pencil, I'm roughly sketching out where the holes will be, or the eye sockets, and pretty much just drawing two giant black circles around my eyes. Now comes the tricky part. So for my sugar skull, I decided that I wanted to do flower petals inside the eye socket, and I immediately regretted this decision after I realized how hard it was to actually do, but I think it turned out fine, so I'm sure that somebody else can do it too. But basically what I'm doing is using a very small, precise, angled brush and some gel black eyeliner, and I'm just kind of mapping out where I want the flower petals to be, and I decided that 3 on each would be best, so I'm doing 3 flower petals on the top eyelid, and then later I will do 3 on the bottom. And so you really want to take your time with this. This is definitely the hardest part of the tutorial, so just kind of draw it out, and then yeah. So this is what the top petals look like, and it's okay if they're not perfectly even. The flowers don't have to look exactly the same, but for the bottom petals, you'll basically want to do the exact same thing. Just make sure you have enough room for 3 petals and try to keep them pretty centered, and yeah. So with both your flowers drawn out, they should look something like this, and at this point I decided to go back and fill in the rest of my face with that white paint just so I could set it all quickly. And so just go ahead and kind of be careful with this too, but just go around the black circles with that white paint and go ahead and cover your nose and stuff, and pretty much just the remainder of your face. Next, I'm going in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk in between the flower petals because I want the eyeshadow to have something to stick to, and this will also help the shadows be more vibrant and colorful. So that is one eye done, and I almost forgot to set my face paint, so I'm taking a translucent powder, and I'm just powdering this all over my face. Next, taking these two corally pink shades, I'm going to be applying this on the base of my petals, so the color is going to go closest to my lash line. And I'm really sorry for being out of focus. I swore I was, but you really never know until you go back and edit and realize you were out of focus the whole time, so I'm really sorry for that. But yeah, so just apply this here, and then we will take the next color and work our way up the petal. So the next color, I'm taking these two bright yellow colors, and all the products will be down below in case you were wondering. But yeah, so I'm just going to apply this yellow color at the top of each petal. Then with this bright orange, I'm going to use this as kind of the blender color and blend the yellow into the coral color using the orange, so it's a nice pretty gradient of each color. So this is what the flowers should look like when they're all colored in, and as you can see, as we got shadow on the outline of our flowers, they did get a little messy and faded, so I'm going to go over the outline of the border of the petals with some black liquid liner so that it's nice and crisp and clean. And the most important part here is the line that is touching the color. The outside line really doesn't matter because we're going to be filling that in with black anyway, so that can be all jacked up and messy, but the line that you really want to be straight and clean is the line that is touching the actual color inside of the petal. So you can see a bit more what I was talking about, how the outside of the line is a bit messy and the inside is very clean. So it's not going to matter though, because now we are coloring in the gaps where your skin is. So just basically take any kind of black face paint or a gel liner or a liquid liner, which is what I chose because I thought that it was the blackest and easiest, most precise option to fill in these little holes. But yeah, so use whatever you want and just color the rest of your eye in black. Now we're looking a bit more like skeletons. Alright, so this part is a little tricky too because I'm now lining my waterline and my tight line with just a normal black eyeliner. And just be careful where you pull if you have to pull like me, just to not mess up what you've already done. So just kind of be careful when doing this part. Directly after that, I'm lining my upper lash line how I normally would, just with an angled brush and some gel liner. And go ahead and kind of do this on the bottom too, just to make your line a bit more crisp and clean. Now again with the liquid liner, I'm adding little line accents to my petals just to make them look a little bit more lifelike and more like flowers. Then for the nose, I stuck with the traditional teardrop shaped nose, and I started outlining that with a liquid liner, and then I filled it in with the black gel liner, and I ended up kind of extending this towards the outside of my nostrils because I didn't really like the teardrop shaped. I kind of looked like a clown. So yeah, there you go. You can see that I extended it to the outside of my nose. And here with a black eyeliner, the same one that I outlined my eyes with, I am just kind of mapping out where I want my jaw line shape to go. And I'm just kind of roughly doing this on both sides, trying to make them as even as possible, but as you'll see, I kind of messed up a bit and kind of had to fix it, but that's alright. Now I'm going over that same line with a black eyeshadow just to deepen it and intensify the color. And then turning my finger sideways, I'm going to begin smudging that eyeshadow down into the white paint because it creates the gray color, and that is perfect for what we want because it is supposed to look like a gradient shadow underneath that black line. So I'm just taking a blending brush and blending that even more just so it's seamless and it is a perfect gradient from black to white. And so that's what that looks like. And now with the same angled brush and gel liner, I am adding the stitches across the jawline, and I'm just making little vertical lines to look like the stitches. Then with the liquid liner, I added small little dots on each end of the stitch just because I thought it looked a little bit more realistic with that, and I just liked the way it looked better. Then with the mouth, I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing with the liquid liner, just making the stitches a little bit closer together and skinnier, and then adding a black shadow on the inside of my lips just to add a little bit of depth and just to make my lips a little bit black on the inside. I don't really know what that does. Then to add some more color and detail, I'm adding an emerald colored liquid liner and adding the scallop shape on the outside of my eyes and then filling those in with the same color. Then to create the spider web on the forehead, again, I'm just going in with a liquid liner that has a felt tip pen, so it's a lot easier to control, and just trying to keep these lines as even as possible. Of course, they're not perfect, but I tried my best, and I just did 5 even lines apart from each other, and then did the little spider web connecting lines. And this got a little bit messy because of the pen, but I think it didn't look too bad because spider webs aren't perfect looking anyways, and we're gonna add some shadow later, so it kind of camouflages how messy this part was. So here I'm just taking a little small angled brush, and with no additional product on it, I'm just kind of smudging the liner out, so I'm not putting black shadow or anything because the liner smudged pretty well by itself. So after that is done, this is what the finished eyes, forehead, and mouth look like. So for the chin design, I really wanted to stick with the floral theme, so I just freehanded some leaves, and then I'm later going to color them in green to kind of tie in with the eyes. And I forgot to film it, but after I was done applying the shadow inside the leaves, I went back over the outline with a liquid liner just to make the lines a bit more clean like we did with the petals. So now it's decorating time, and you get to decorate your sugar skull with whatever little details that you would like. I'm adding some dots around my spider web and then going back over those dots with some gold glitter liner, and just to add some pizzazz and sparkle to it. And again, sorry for being out of focus, I suck. But then I'm just going to be adding some swirls around the lower jawline and on the cheeks that I went over with a pink eyeshadow just to add some pop of color, and I added some glitter liner, the same gold one over that. And that's pretty much all I did for the details. I didn't want to overcrowd my face, so I just stuck with some simple designs, and I thought that it was done enough. So this is the final result. You guys can really just play around and have fun with these designs. It doesn't have to look perfect or exactly like mine. That's what's so great about sugar skulls. Just have fun with it and see what kind of designs you can come up with. And if you do recreate my sugar skull, then please hashtag AlisonLovesJB on Instagram or Twitter so I can find it. And yeah, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.